I think fundamentally we all have to start thinking about AI very differently. Today, so many of the entrepreneurs that we meet have an AI button on their application. Even my phone has an AI button whenever I want to use AI. I think fundamentally we need to go past that and stop thinking about making people change the way they work to use AI, and we have to integrate AI into the functions. We have a company that does web searches, that uses everything from DeepSeek to ChatGPT. They'll use any kind of underlying AI technology to power their web search. And what we found is that DeepSeek is really good for certain types of functions and searches, and ChatGPT's better for other ones. And I think the reality is that choice in AI and in foundational models is going to become something that drives more access to it. But fundamentally, what I would say to the founders in this room today is, don't force people to push an AI button on your application. Integrate AI into your workflow so people never need to push a button. If you think back 20 years, would people have pushed a button to use some kind of technology? No, technology has become the backbone of the way that we work and the way that algorithms are built. And don't force people to take an extra step, integrate it into your workflow. And that's what Eduardo and I have been doing at B Capital, and that's how we believe that great founders are going to build the next generation of AI native companies.
But I'll add one thing as well, because when the DeepSeek news became sort of more public, I think it was sort of internally known in the sort of the AI community and technology company community for a few weeks prior to that. There was sort of a big question around our valuations sort of too high. But actually, at the surface, no matter your beliefs on the premise of how much was spent to train that model, ultimately this is a display on return on investment. It's basically a company that is displaying both, first, the point that innovation can come from anywhere. It's not limited to a particular geography. Second, it's saying that with a certain spend, you can achieve a very high output. That should increase the addressable market of AI widely. For the largest companies in the world that are spending in the infrastructure in AI, in some ways that would not make them decelerate such spend. It would actually have them accelerate the spend because the ROI per dollar is higher. So one thing that I wanted to flag is I really think news like DeepSeek's are actually very positive for the industry, because one of the key fundamental goals is for the core models to become increasingly more accessible from a pricing standpoint. And where the magic is going to happen, back to some of my initial points, is in the personalization. And how you can take those models and apply to very specific data sets, particular use cases, and integrate into the everyday life. I know Raj talked about a button, and I agree with him. The UX layer of AI is going to be the most important thing. And the best UX in the world is the one that you don't realize you're using, is the one that you keep doing exactly what you're doing, you just do it more productively because of the backbone of AI. And DeepSeek is an example of an enabler technology, and hopefully there'll be a lot more news like that coming to bear. And I don't think that will be bearish, I think that will be bullish.
I love it. But what worries you about China potentially winning this race? Does it worry you?
I'm a big believer that innovation can and should come from anywhere. So I try not to think about specific geographies. I try to think about the prowess of entrepreneurs and the inspiration that it drives. I always think an innovation, whether it comes from China, from Qatar, from other parts of the Middle East, from Southeast Asia, Latin America, wherever it may be, that it will help inspire and accelerate similar types of innovations in the rest of the world. So I'm a believer that 1 + 1 equals more than 1. So you'd want everyone to win.